is going to be a great one. What's up, everybody? Mr. Vick here coming at you. Hope you're doing fantastically awesome today, my friend. This is $1 Million Idea number, what is this? It's number 6, I think. Man, we're cranking over here. That's awesome. That's an awesome thing. So this is WW, that means Wisdom Wednesday. You know, if you've been following these episodes, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And, you know, if you've been watching my stuff, following my stuff, commenting on my, you know, on these episodes that I'm putting out there for you, thank you very much. Thank you for the feedback. You know, I appreciate the feedback. You know, I don't want to put these videos out there just to put them out there and you know, and not getting any feedback from you. I want feedback. So, you know, I would like to know, you know, what you think about this stuff. You know, is this stuff helping you? Is this beneficial for you? Do you want me to continue going? You know, do you want me to, you know, just stop and not do it? You know, so if you have never commented, if you never let me, you know, if you never sent me your feedback in the comments below this video, do that, because I do read that kind of stuff, you know. Anyhow, so if you're somebody brand new, just stumbled upon this video on my blog in my little world over here, you know, you're like, who the heck are you, man? And why are you rambling over here? You know, I'll tell you about myself in just a minute here. And then maybe you're thinking about, you know, what's all this stuff, Vick, that's behind you here? All this Tony Robbins stuff, man. What's going on with that, dude? We're going to talk about that as well. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell you some of these videos of Tony's. You know, I joined his just kidding. Just kidding. Listen, we're going to be talking about the invisible influence first, or one of the laws in invisible influence, and you want to pay very, very close attention, because this stuff is going to be deep. You know, in the last episode, what we did is we started talking about how do you become a marketing machine, didn't we? For lack of a better word, obviously, you know, we say marketing machine, but how do you become really, 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 really awesome? How do you become the best marketer that you can possibly become? And, you know, if you're selling your own stuff, if you have a message you want to get out there in the world, you need to learn how to get your message out there in a big, massive way, don't you? Right? Oops, I'm starting knocking stuff down the table here, you know, getting passionate about this topic, because this is my, you know, that's something I'm very, very passionate about, my friend. You know, there's a lot of noise in the industry. There's a lot of, you know, blind leading the blind stuff going on, right? I want you to, you know, one of the things that I'm doing here in this little world, you know, it's my blog, right? My personal area, where I can say what I want to say, where I can post whatever I want to post, right? And what I want you to know about me is every single idea that I'm going to be sharing with you, every single thing that comes out of my mouth is not theory. It's not something I heard from the book or read in the book or heard, you know, in the seminar or whatever. Every single idea that I'm going to be sharing with you is coming from practice, implementation, me being out there in the trenches, doing stuff, seeing what's working, what's not working, tweaking, changing, and not only for me, but see, I've been privileged enough to work with over 50,000, probably over 60,000 people now over the last several years. Just over the last year and a half, you know, we started, you know, a coaching club, so to speak, and you know, was privileged enough to work with over 35,000 people. One thing that I can tell you for sure, my friend, is that principles that I'm going to be sharing with you, especially the stuff that I'm going to be, you know, when we're talking about some very, very advanced, you know, conversion strategies and influence and persuasion type stuff, right? You want to pay very close attention, because I don't see anybody else talk about this, but it will impact your business in a way that you probably can't even comprehend right now. You know, I started out being nobody 9 years ago, and this stuff really, really, really worked for me. Okay, it worked for a lot of people. I was very, very fortunate to play a part in helping people who started out from zero and took their incomes to multiple 6 figures and even 7 figures a year. This stuff works, okay? So pay attention. And again, there's nothing for sale. This is just me bringing value. And the only thing I'm asking you is let me know how it goes for you, all right? So in the last video, last episode, we talked about how do you become a marketing machine. And so what I wanted to do is, you know, there's a lot of noise, a lot of stuff launching, a lot of people are, you know, trying to get our attention, right? And a lot of people are trying to sell us stuff all day long, right? And a lot of times we just get confused. We're like, who do we follow? Who do we listen to? What do we pay attention to? And so what I wanted to do is is kind of step back and say, okay, so if you want to be really, really good at getting your message out there, maybe if you're promoting an affiliate product, maybe you're promoting somebody else's product, or maybe you're building your online business, or, if you're a marketer, right, and you don't have a product, you're promoting somebody else's product, what are the 1 or 2 or 3 areas that you need to pay very close attention to and you need to master? And if you master those areas, right, you can write your own ticket in life, in business. You can decide how much money you want to make, where do you want to live, what kind of car you want to drive, what kind of food you want to eat, and all that good stuff, what kind of clothes you want to wear, all that good stuff. And, you just do it, okay? And what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep it very, very simple. I wanted to simplify it down to just what are the 1 or 2 areas, right, in your business that if you master will produce 90% of your results, okay? And we discussed in the last video that the first area is marketing, okay? And marketing, it's a pillar that you need to understand, you need to master no matter what, okay? And there's 3 laws. There's 3 main laws in marketing, and there is, always have multiple sources of traffic, right? We talked about that in the last episode. You want to watch it, if you haven't watched it. But multiple sources of traffic, never depend on any one particular traffic source at any time, right? And law number 3 is never, ever, ever, ever outsource your traffic. All right? Never outsource your marketing. You want to be in control of that because that's something you want to control, okay? That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is you need to really get good at conversions, right? Whatever you're selling, whatever you're promoting, conversions is what's going to put money in your bank, okay? You can get all the traffic you want, but if you don't have conversions, your bank is going to show it, all right? So you want to have a, if you want to have a fat bank account, you want to master conversions as well. And there's 3 laws in conversions, right? And the first law, nobody talks about, at least to my knowledge, is that the invisible stuff. Everybody talks about the shallow, the surface type stuff. If you picture an iceberg, everybody's talking about what's visible above the water. Well, nobody wants to talk about what's below the water, which is like 95% of the mass, right? And the first law of that is the invisible stuff. The second law was, persuasion and psychology and persuasion, right? And then the third law was SPA, right? And we determined that was, strategic plan of action, right? Again, if you didn't watch that episode, just go back and find it on this blog. I explained that in a little bit more detail for you. But I've been getting tons and tons and tons of requests from people to, ask me to explain, to talk about this invisible stuff, right? Which is influence. How do you what's all this invisible stuff that nobody's talking about? And I can tell you this, very, very, very few marketers understand this. And those marketers who understand these principles and these laws and operate their business within these laws, okay, or according to these laws, these marketers are successful beyond belief. These marketers are the ones that you look up to. These marketers are the ones that can, make $100,000 in a week if they wanted to. These are the marketers who can basically command. It's virtually like printing money, for lack of a better word. If you're after building your business and getting money, you have to understand these, okay? And so what I wanted to do in this episode is I wanted to kind of take a little, a step further and talk about the, one of the laws that's within the invisible influence, okay? So if you want to have high conversions, if you want to have people opening up your emails, I get email open rates up to 70-80% sometimes. Right? The last product that I launched, we had conversions, my product, we had conversions, it was a high ticket product, we had conversions of over 15 to 16% on a high premium price product. Earnings per click, we've been seeing up to $40 per click. Absolutely insane. How do you engineer all that stuff, right? Well, there was, if selling was a formula of, just do this, copy this, paste it here, and then boom, you have money coming to your bank account. If this was as simple as copy, paste, make money, everybody would be millionaires, wouldn't they? Right? You agree with me, right? It just makes sense. But it's not that simple, right? That's why we have people who understand these, and very, very, like 3% of these people, 3% of marketers earn 97 or 98% of all the money that's being earned in this industry, okay? So you need to do everything you can to understand these principles. And first law of invisible influence that we're going to talk about tonight is one of those things that, I really thought about. I wanted to, and I'm just being completely honest and transparent with you, okay, in this, and this first thing, but I need to talk about it, okay? I need to talk about it because I want you to hear it. I want you to understand it, because if I don't tell you this, I would be cheating, okay? I would be cheating you out of the information that you really need to understand. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna show my battery is still up, because I'm talking. My battery is like really like like 10% left. But I wanted to get this video out to you. You know, it's one of those topics that I thought about. You know, how do I explain this to you so that you really understand? You know, and more importantly, don't just understand intellectually, but I want you to really think about it. And if you can adopt this belief internally, okay? I know I'm going to talk about some really, really, really deep stuff. Again, very, very, very few marketers, maybe I can count them on my one hand, that mention this kind of stuff in their trainings, right? But this is the kind of stuff that I really dive deep with my private clients and, you know, people that I coach privately, because this is not for masses, and because you're my VIP subscriber, right? You know, I want to share it with you. And then of course we're going to be. This is just first law, or one of the laws in the invisible influence, and there's several in this particular category. Okay, now we're just tackling one law of conversion, and then there is these sub-laws within this first law, which is the invisible stuff, right? And then under this invisible, there's certain layers that we need to address, okay? And then we're going to move on to psychology and persuasion, and then the strategic plan of action. We're going to talk about that stuff. And when we talk about traffic, when we get to the actual traffic stuff, listen. I'm going to blow your mind with the information I'm going to share with you, okay? Trust me. Just pay attention. Again, let me know if you're excited about this stuff, and I'll continue doing these videos for you, okay? So the first law of the invisible influence, super basic. Rich people adopt it, and rich people operate within it. Poor people resist it. Poor people say, you know what, it's impossible. I don't understand why it's important. I don't understand how it works. And that is this. Listen up. You may agree, you may not. I don't know. But you need to know this. If you want to influence people on the subconscious level, okay, before you even talk about your product, this stuff I'm talking about is really, really, really deep, my friend. I don't want to get into the voodoo stuff, because I'm not into that thing. Okay, that's not my thing. But some of the ideas are so fundamental, yet so deep, that virtually nobody's talking about, and that's why 99% of people are failing. Okay, it's not because everything is going to be hindered on this particular thing. There's a combination of things. It's like a combination lock. Okay, it's like a combination to a lock code, right? But this is one of those things. One of the things that will make the biggest difference. And I challenge you to test this idea for the next 30 days. I know I'm rambling here, and there is a reason for that. Okay, because I want you to keep paying attention to what I'm about to tell you, because I want you to get this stuff. Okay, really, really get it and understand it, internalize it, adopt this belief if you want. I'm not asking you to do anything that's gonna hurt you or anything weird like that. I just want you to be able to convert more stuff. And that is this. The first law of invisible conversions, before anybody gets to your site, before anybody sees your product, before anybody reads your sales letter or watches your video, your business, your conversions, your enterprise, okay, the stuff that you're working on, is a direct reflection of who? Of who? Who? Say, come again? You. Yeah? It's direct reflection of you, my friend. It's a direct reflection of me. Okay? We look at our bank account. That's a direct reflection of what's going on here. Okay? That's it. There is no such thing as a money problem. Okay? There is no such thing as a money problem, ever. Money is just paper. People get this all messed up. People are all, when poor people and middle class, when they think about money, right? people have different beliefs about money, okay? Deservability, all that stuff, all that. Just let me just simplify it for you. Money is no different than this bounty, okay? Money, it's the same value as this. It's just paper. It's just paper with an ink on it. Okay, that's it. That's what money is. Okay, the people that go, the stuff that people go crazy over is just paper. Okay, so let's just get that clear. Okay, there's a couple beliefs. I don't want to get into a lot of the stuff that may sound a little weird, but the first thing you need to understand is this: money is just paper, nothing but paper. Okay, we have dollars today. Tomorrow they change dollars to something else, and now dollars become worthless. We've experienced that when I'm originally from the Ukraine, and we had change in currency over there in Ukraine when I was still little, and I remember a loaf of bread was like, after they changed the currency, a loaf of bread was like $1.5 million or something like that with old currency. Okay, and new currency it was like two rubles or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean it was ridiculous. Okay, so money is just paper. Okay. What you need to do, though, as marketer, is you need to understand and you need to work within some of the laws that govern conversions, that govern the acquisition, that govern how much money you can get. Okay, and as a marketer, how do you get money? You get money by selling stuff, right? How do you sell stuff? You sell stuff by understanding how to market, how to convert. Okay, now when you understand how to market, how to convert, who is the person behind driving that business? Well, it's you. Okay, so therefore your business on the outside, your bank account, everything you have, your lifestyle, your house, your car, everything you have is, I believe, again, this is just me speaking out loud here, this thinking out loud, this you're on my blog. Listen, I can tell you whatever I want because it's my blog, all right? But I want to help you, really. So therefore, I believe that everything we have in life, especially these material things, possessions, right, is a direct reflection of what's going on over here. There's no such thing as money problem. There is what's going on over here, okay? And so I believe in order for us to really, really get outstanding at conversions, we need to master the thing that's called invisible, okay? The invisible stuff that nobody talks about, that it's like that iceberg that has to do with the 90% or 95% mass that's below the surface, and that is this. Finally, we came in full circle to the thing that I wanted to share with you. But again, it's so basic, I wanted to pre-frame this so you get it, okay? Your invisible influence, or your ability to influence people that will come in contact with you, your subscribers, is in direct proportion, okay? Listen up. Is going to be in direct proportion to your relationship with buying stuff. Okay, let me say that again. Your ability to influence people invisibly, okay, to your ability to have insanely high conversion rates on the stuff that you're selling, okay, your ability to be able to earn a lot of money, okay, or any amount of money for that matter, is going to be, I believe, in direct relationship or direct proportion to your level or to your relationship of you buying stuff as being a customer for other people. Okay, let me explain to you what I just said. This is very simple on the surface. If you're just a surface level thinker, okay, this is going to be like, whatever, man, I'm just going to turn this video off, and you're welcome to do that if you want. I'm not selling anything here, so I don't care what you do. Okay, but this is the stuff I'm teaching to my people who pay a lot of money to get private coaching. Okay, and this is the stuff that I'm teaching to some of my highest level, mastermind folks. Okay, I'm just giving you this information for free right now. So you better leave me some comments, right? Because this is just one of the laws of invisible influence. Okay, and there is several. Okay, there is several. So when we're just getting started in business, okay, it's very easy. I want you to picture this and really just play with me here, okay? It's very easy for us to, I just wanted to make sure that we're still rolling. It's very easy for us to to think that, and that's what a lot of people doing, right? Is, I'm just starting. Their mentality is, I just want to sell stuff. I just want to get them, right? Referring to their customers, potential clients, prospects. I just want to get them. And what's the magic word I can say to get them? What's the magic phrase? What's the magic headline? What's the magic traffic source, right? Where can I advertise to get them, right? To get them. And just the fact that they're thinking like that is suffocating their business. Okay, it stops it stops the process for them to be able to convert on a massive scale. Okay, people, especially in this industry, is what I've noticed. Listen, I started out from zero. I started out in the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. I know what it's like to not have $1.19 to your name, not being able to buy a loaf of bread for your family, and really have no idea how you're going to feed your family tomorrow. I know what it's like to be in that position. Okay, so everything I'm going to tell you, listen, it comes from here, right? And I'm going to tell you straight up like it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, right? But you need to understand this. So people who are broke and on a downward spiral, okay? People who are grinding and not seeing success, the overwhelming majority of those people, okay, have this belief that, you know what, I just want to get them, but you know what, when they think about like buying something, when they think about paying for something for their education, when they think about investing in themselves, when they're thinking about the guy that's running their business, which is them, right? They have this negative connotation to it, and they feel resistant to buying stuff, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm not selling you a thing over here, so I can talk about this very openly, okay? Otherwise, if I was selling you something in this video, right, you would be resistant because you would be like, well, dude, of course, you have a vested interest to talk about this stuff, but because I'm not selling anything, I want you to know this, okay? Make sense? You with me? So, when you think about investing in yourself, going to a seminar, getting a course, getting a coaching, purchasing a product, and what's the first feeling that you get? Do a self-test on this kind of stuff, okay? What's the first feeling that you get? Like, what's the first thing that you're thinking about? Is that like, immediately like you think, well, it's just, man, I really need it, but man, it creates that negative connotation to it. I mean, you have this little, it's like, I don't want to purchase it. I don't want to buy it, especially if it's a higher price ticket or whatever. You have that little resistance, right? Like internally, right? Like, that you probably need that and it's probably going to help you, right? But that deep down in your heart of hearts, you have that, I don't want to do that, right? Well, if you have that, it's best to get rid of that or to change your belief system about buying stuff. That's the first thing, the first law of invisible influence, okay? The very first, how you're gonna, your relationship to buying stuff from other people, your relationship to investing money for your personal growth, your relationship to, to look at your business as like the education that you get along the lines, right? As you progress in your business, your relationship to that kind of stuff, right, especially investing in yourself and in your business, is going to be a direct reflection, or your ability to influence people is going to be direct reflection or in direct correlation to how you feel about investing in yourself, how you feel about buying other people's stuff. Does that make sense? Let me give you an example here, okay? So when I was, and I see this happening over and over and over again, my friend, okay? And so, again, people who are rich, people who are successful, all of those people are very, very easy to sell to, okay? Myself, listen, I am the easiest guy in the world to sell stuff to, okay? Especially, here's a caveat though, okay? You've got to consciously, you gotta deliberately filter out the stuff that you're paying attention to and the stuff that you're buying, obviously. So, if my goal is to build my business and get really, really, really good at marketing conversion, for example, right? I don't care about, dog training stuff. Does that make sense? I mean, I know I'm talking about basic stuff here, but you want to make sure that whatever area, whatever category you really want to improve on, right? That particular category, just have zero resistance, zero negative connotation to investing in yourself in that particular area of your business or your life. If it's relationships, go to the best relationship coach. If it's, weight loss, go and get the best education, the best possible, product that you can find, regardless of how much it costs, to get better, right? Have zero connotation to that. If you're selling information products, you want to be the easiest person that others can sell to yourself. Okay, I have, like, the stuff I have on my desk here is just Tony Robbins. Let me just show you this, okay? So what I did is recently, this is how I operate. I just say, look, I want to get results. Okay, my microphone is still on, so you still hear me. That's a good thing. So I said, I got to a point in my business to where I really started to think about, I need to really take my business, my personal, life and results to yet another level. And I said, you know what, who is the best guy that's out there that I can learn from, okay? And one of those guys is Tony Robbins, okay? And I'm totally going to plug Tony here and his stuff. I'm not going to sell you anything, even though I thought about selling you some of these courses right here, like the Ultimate Edge, right? I got the, what else I got? I got the Power Talk, I got the, I got the Inner Strength series here. I got the RPM system. I've got the Money Masters. I've got the Time of Your Life. I got the Breakthrough. I've got the Mastering Influence here, Creating Lasting Change. I've got. So here's the deal. Okay, I said if I'm going to study, I'm going to find a person who is the best at what he does, and I'm going to just immerse myself. Okay, I'm going to immerse myself, and I went out and I got every single product, literally every single product this guy put out, everything. Okay, I went to his event, purchased. I got into his mastermind, his platinum mastermind, which is like $65,000 a year. I got into that. I got every single product, every single book, every single CD, DVD he has ever put out, ever. Okay. And you say, Vic, how the heck are you going to master? How the heck are you going to take the time to learn all that stuff, right? I'm going to come back to that and tell you my secret for doing that in just a minute here, okay? But before that, I've got, there was another guy that I wanted to learn from, and that's, the GKIC, right? Dan Kennedy and the gang, right? I'm totally going to plug them again. But just giving you an example here, what personally how I roll, right? So what I did is I got, they have this thing called the whole enchilada or something like that, to where every single thing that GKIC and Dan Kennedy and their gang, right, put out, they have this app, and I'll make sure you can see this, okay? They have this app with every single product he has ever put out. I mean, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of information. These are just different products that he has ever put out, okay, through GKIC. You know what? I got that. How much did it cost me? Somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't remember the exact number, but it was quite a bit of money, over $20,000 for sure. Okay, why? Because I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in my education. Okay, this thing over here that I hold in my hand right here, this is an investment of, I believe $12,000 right here. Okay, and what this is this is a hard drive by the guy of J. Abraham. Okay, and he's got some of his best stuff on this hard drive that I purchased without blinking. Why? Because this is some of the stuff that's going to take my business to the next level. Okay, because I'm at the point to where I need to take my business to the next level. Does that make sense? Now you say, Vic, of course it's easy for you, man, because you're making money and you've been successful on the internet and all that good stuff, right? And that's a cool thing. Now, let me take you back, right? Right after we got married, we were driving somewhere, and this was one of the lowest points in our lives for me and my wife, to where we did not have money coming in. I mean, we were in the we were broke. Okay, and I was watching. We were at the hotel room somewhere that we stayed overnight at, and I was watching this. I was watching, a TV, and there was an infomercial for this book right here. Okay, and I posted earlier on my Facebook wall. You probably saw that, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, and this is a 1925 edition, the original. Okay, there is a lot of interpretations nowadays, but the original one. And here I am broke. I'm totally broke in that hotel room. Okay, and this book, guess how much they asked for it? It's a big book, as you can see, right? The Law of Success. Guess how much they asked for it? This book was selling on TV at that time. It was like over 9 years ago. $495. Almost $500 for a book. Are you crazy, dude? Are you out of your mind to pay $500 for a book? Especially when you're broke? You hearing me? Right? I found a way to get it because my belief system was, you know what? I'm investing in myself and I don't care what the price tag is. Okay, sometimes we have to pay the price to win, right? Everything good that comes to us, a lot of times, you know, if we get it for free, we don't take it seriously. We take it for granted, okay? When we pay the price, we take it serious. I found a way to get it. Now, some people will laugh at this and say, you know what, you're crazy, dude. $400, $500 for a book? I can get this book right now on eBay for like, you know, maybe $10, all right, or $20. And that's okay. But you know what? I'm not talking about the book or the money, but when you understand that the money is just a paper, right? And it's all about your relationship to being, you know, to be willing to invest in yourself is what I'm talking about here. Okay, my friend? This is the first law of invisible influence. If you are excited about investing in yourself to take yourself to the next level, to take your business to the next level, and you have zero connotation, you have zero resistance to that kind of stuff internally, not just consciously on the surface level, but really your entire being, you're comfortable with it, right? And if you don't have the money like I didn't to invest, right, well, maybe you find a way, right? Maybe you don't even have to invest at that particular time. Maybe you don't even have to buy it. But what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about being comfortable with the idea, okay? You know, sometimes we truly, you know, we might be at the position to where we truly cannot invest, you know, at a particular time, and that's fine. But what I'm talking about here is if you want to build your business and have insanely high conversion rates, and being able to promote stuff and have that invisible influence that people can't see, they can't touch, smell, or taste, right? But it's there, okay? One of the laws, and this is one of several, we're going to talk more about this if you want to, but one of the laws that I want you to understand is your relationship to personally, you know, your willingness to invest in yourself and in your education. How does that resonate? How does it fit with you? Okay, my friend, long rant here, I know, but think about that. And I want you to do a self-test on this, if you would, for the next 30 days, okay? Just kind of see and pay attention to how you personally feel about stuff that you either want to buy or would like to buy, or stuff that you really need to get, right? And just kind of see how that feels. And what you need to do is work on eliminating that. We can talk about how to do that if you want to. Let me know what you think about this. But hey, this is $1 million idea, literally, number 6. And I appreciate you. I look forward to hearing your comments, and I will be reading every single one of those comments and replying to as many as I can. Let me know, if you found this to be valuable. And with that being said, my friend, really think about this, because I think, if you want to move into the category of just ridiculously wealthy people of the world, those people, they don't have any negative connotations in investing in stuff that's going to take them and their business and the stuff that they're working on to the next level. I will see you in the next episode. Look forward to it. God bless you. Have fun. Stay awesome.